Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. This video is another update on what I've been doing like last 2 weeks, and it's Denali. I've been working on what I believe to be a final part of the project, basically remote synchronization. I believe it to be somewhat successful, I'd say. So I decided to make it one command instead of git where you have pull and push. Here you just have one command sync and it will synchronize data on both devices basically. Why so? Because I want it to be as a backup tool and P2P more oriented as opposed to Git where you have like Git hosts and clients that can push or pull updates from there. I want Denali to be more like user oriented, I guess, although the pipeline is the same. Basically what it does under the hood, it pulls the manifest from the remote, finds out what changed, and based on changes then pushes and pulls all the necessary data. But it's one command which is made for simplicity and so on. And it was harder than I thought, so I hope to finish the update in a week, but it just so happened that I spent 2 weeks doing it, and the biggest problem is that my manifests weren't made with the remote in mind. So what I had to do now is just add a bunch of fields like is the cell or snapshot deleted, timestamps to everything, just to kind of be able to differentiate everything, because the way Denali detects changes at the moment is basically it just takes every component, the smallest component it could from the manifest, and takes the one that has newer timestamp, just to make it easier for me and for user, because now you don't have to manually decide what to leave, what to give, and it does everything automatically for you based on timestamp. Although it's not perfect, I get it. It might have been better to make a full-on merge or something, but honestly I wouldn't be able to make a full-on merge algorithms. It probably would have taken way long, like I don't know, month or two probably. So I decided to choose easier algorithm in order to ship it as is, and I'm pretty happy the way it works. I don't know, again, it's not something like consumer facing app or anything, it's just a learning project in the first place, and I'm pretty happy that it has this functionality in the first place and I was able to make it. Although diffs took way longer than I thought they would, because as I said, I had to add some new fields and adding in new fields to manifests, and the whole app relies on those manifests, and now you have to find every line of code that uses this manifest and update that line to use a new manifest with new fields and whatnot. And that took a little bit longer than I hoped it would. Otherwise, I'm pretty happy how it works. I used SSH. It's the same thing Git uses, basically, because it removes a lot of security overhead, and it again contributes to that feeling of more user-friendly as opposed to a central server and a bunch of users changing data on the server. At least that's how I feel. And also it uses an option of SSH that removes any prompts from SSH, meaning that you would have to authenticate on that remote beforehand. And that's kind of it. I think the Denali is done. I don't think I will be developing it actively afterwards. I'm gonna switch to another project, but we'll see how it goes. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.